brilliant child, also joined IIT just like me. And well, sometime during her third year of engineering, she came out as being a transgender girl. And life's been a bit of a roller coaster ever since. So, yeah, that's my story.
Sure. Atul, your child is a trans woman today.
Yeah.
Tell us about your feeling when your daughter first came out to you.
I had mixed feelings. I mean, she had actually texted me a letter when she came out. So it was not a phone call. She was not here at home. She was in the hostel. And we got a message from her on the family group on, I think it was some app, must have been WhatsApp or something. And it was a longish message. And she said, I'm a girl trapped in the wrong body, and since I'm a transgender girl, will you still be able to accept me? I was a little bit surprised at more than a bit surprised actually, but the bigger thing which I felt actually a little bit bad about was that my child thought I might have trouble accepting, which I felt was not how I brought her up, and that is not who I ever was. I mean, I felt that my children should know that they are my children, no matter how they grow up or who they grow up into. Accepting children is actually even a funny concept to me. I mean, we accept them the day they are born. This acceptance thing was
not many parents
kind of alien to my thinking.
Not many parents do.
Yeah, I understand a lot of parents have trouble doing this, but to me, acceptance is not even a word I'm very fond of, actually. We obviously accept them the day they are born, and when they grow up and come out as queer, I don't think a second acceptance needs to happen at that stage.
How sweet of you to say that. But tell me, Atul, now you said that, when your daughter first came out, it was through a text message. And even before the shock hit you, did you understand what she had written? Like, I'm sure these terminologies were also new to you. Or were you accustomed to it?
Not entirely. Actually, when she came out, there was a court case going on in the Kerala High Court, and I had read about it a little bit, about a trans child who was thrown out of her home and things like that. Mm-hmm. Also, there was a very big debate in Canada that was going on, and I'd heard a podcast somewhere where they discussed the issue of pronouns. So I had seen that particular podcast. So there was some knowledge. I was not entirely a blank slate.
Sure.
But I mean, still, it's the knowledge of the issues was somewhat limited.
Sure.
And it took a fair while for me to acquire the full kind of
No, the only reason I asked was because I'm sure a lot of parents be able to understand what she's written or the child has written to them, and then probably the shock would come, and not many parents have the knowledge, which is why the question.
And it's so I mean, the shock is definitely there, even if you have some amount of knowledge of the issues involved.
Sure.
Being transgender is a fairly rare, maybe 0.5% of the population or something. So it's rare. You don't get to see many trans people. And even if you do have some cursory knowledge, your knowledge will be tested. Your understanding will be tested if a child comes out. So there is obviously going to be some amount of shock.
Sure.
Yeah, it was there.
Along with this shock, did you have any kind of fear inside? Tell us of the storm that was inside you. Am I even right in calling it a storm?
It certainly is a storm. I mean, when you're a parent and your child is growing up, doing well, you do have a whole lot of aspirations. You want your child to go on and be happy and do well in their career and so on. Uh, but the moment my child came out as being trans, I had a whole lot of fears because our society is not very kind towards trans people in general, and also I expected trouble at the workplaces. Whether she'll be able to find good employment. In fact, she had already found some employment, but then I thought whether the workplace, the company she was already selected for, will they be able to accept her? Will she be able to find a house in the city she'll be moving into? Will she be safe? So a whole lot of apprehensions did come to my mind. So yeah, there was a storm. Yeah, I was very fearful about her future. Uh, and while I was fearful, I was also determined that I will move heaven and earth to make it happen for her. So the determination started coming in the days that followed.